Hello and welcome, people of the universe. Welcome to today's podcast. I'm going to continue that conversation around the misinterpretations of spirituality. And today's title is an interesting one. Will hard work pay off, or is the payoff actually doing the right work? Of course, the misinterpretation is that, it is always about working hard. And first of all, I would like to say that the greatest work that we could be doing is the work that we're doing on ourselves. And for people who are working so hard, where it's like, if you're feeling like just deflated and completely drained after doing whatever it is your work is. And of course, it could be the work that you do for money, the work you do in your career, the work you do as raising a family, the work you do for your gardening, the work you do for painting a picture on a canvas. Like work, when I say work, people always think, work is what I do for money. That's what the biggest misinterpretation is. No, that's not really it. In fact, as I just said to you at the very beginning, the greatest work you can do is the work you do on yourself. But let's just talk about this worldly work. I mean, most people think to themselves, I need to work so I can make a living. Like, the thing is, you are alive and you want to go work for a living. This really creates a little bit of confusion, because what you want to do, your work that you do should be giving you a feeling of being alive. When I'm doing this work, I feel alive. When I'm flying an aircraft and flying people, I feel alive. Okay, when I'm doing aerobatics in an aircraft, there is it's a huge sense of aliveness. I won't say there's no greater, but there is a huge sense of aliveness. So when you're doing the right work, the payoff is that you feel alive. But what's the right work? Well, let's talk about what's the wrong work. Again, it's not really right to say that it's wrong, of course. It's hard to really, choose the right words here. But when you're doing the work that is not true for you, in other words, you're doing it purely for a reason. It's purely for a means to an end. It's purely driven by an agenda. I understand, especially when it comes to financial work. I get it. I need to do this to pay the bill. I understand. But just understand, you will feel deflated. You will age faster. You will have less energy. That's just a fact. When you're doing something for a reason, when you're doing something that's not true for you, when you're doing something that's agenda driven, remember, when you're doing what you really love, it's not agenda driven. It's because you love it. I love when I speak to a young kid and they've really found what they love to do. Maybe an athlete or something, and they're in a sporting team and they've just made the sporting team. If you ask them, hey, why do you do what you do? And they always say, I don't know, I just love it. I just love it. I don't know. That's when you know it's really what they love. What they're saying is, I don't know any reason. I don't really have any reason. I love it. The love I have for doing this is far greater than any reason that I can find. That's when you know it's true for you. That is the payoff right there. The payoff is when you do that, you feel more energized. When you do that, you feel more alive. I mean, you're here, you're alive. You don't want to be doing something to stay alive. That's what people say, I need to make a living. But you're alive. You want to express your aliveness. You want to share your aliveness. You want to be your aliveness. And when you do what is absolutely true for you, and you know what's true for you, well, you'll know when you're doing it anyway. Some people go, well, I don't know what's true for you, and I'll talk to you about that in a sec. But you will know when you're doing what's true for you, because you feel completely alive. And there's when something is true for you, it's authentic for you, it's genuine for you. It feels natural. Now, it doesn't mean it's not hard. It doesn't mean it's going to take work. But the work you're doing is the payoff. The work you're doing, you are getting energized from that. You are not getting deflated. You're not coming at the end of the day and just going, you might come at the end of the day because you've been working hard. Maybe you play a sport or something and it's physically demanding. You love it. And you might come home and go, but there's a joy in the versus the You see? It's a different side. One's like, oh God, I'm glad I'm home. And the other one's like, oh, what a day. Like, it was very physically taxing, but I feel well. I feel alive. Like your soul is energized. So, will hard work pay off? Or is the payoff actually doing the right work? Well, you know the answer. And for those, my friends, who are, stuck in this rut of going, but I don't know what it is that I love. Well, I always tell people, if you don't know what you love, I always ask them, do you know what you don't love? Do you know what you don't enjoy doing? And they're like, oh yeah, I know that. Okay. Write a list of all the things you don't enjoy doing. Okay? And prioritize them from the biggest impact to the lowest. Okay? Put it in that priority and start by stopping to do the lowest one. So you've got a list of all the things you don't enjoy doing. Write them down from the top one is like, it's gonna, like for example, someone might say, I really don't enjoy my job, but if I stop doing that, that's gonna have a huge impact in my life. Okay, that's like a 10 out of 10 discomfort. If 1 is as least discomfort, 10 is the highest, that one's a 10. Okay, write that one at the very top. And go all the way down to all the things that you don't enjoy doing, till you get to the bottom of the list, which is probably a 1 or a 2 or a 3 of discomfort. Once you've got that list, start by stopping doing the things you don't enjoy. If you don't know what it is that you enjoy, if you don't know what it is that's true for you, if you don't know what it is that you love, you always know what you don't love. Start at the bottom of the list and go, I'm not going to do this anymore, and scrap it. You know what? I'm not going to, and take your time. Okay? The reason why you don't know what it is that you love to do is because you've always been focused on what you need to do. But I got to do this. I need to do this. And I get it. Some things in life, it's a must. It must be done, right? But when you're using the energy of need, it sucks you in, and you just keep focusing on more things that you need. When you focus on the things that you love, it sucks you in, and you keep realizing more things that you love. So if you've been focusing on all the things that you need in your life, I get it. You come to me and go, I don't know what I love. Well, create that list and work your way backwards, right? And those who are doing what it is that's true for you, remember not to fall in the rut. Okay, this is what the rut is. This when you find what you love to do, and then suddenly you start to, of course, you know it's what you love because it's true for you. You have no reason. You love it. You feel alive. I've just explained all that, right? But what happens is, as you're doing what you love, it starts to naturally create amazing results and outcomes. There's extra money, people giving you recognition, people really appreciating what you do. And suddenly your attention can go on to reasons. And you notice that you lose your flow, you lose your mojo. Okay? Because your attention went, wow, look how much money I'm making. Well, maybe I can do this next time and I can make more money. Oh, massive cliff that you're going to fall off, my friend. Place your attention on, go back to the beginning and place your attention on why you do what you do. Don't go into what it's going to give you. Okay? What it's going to give you is within why you do it. Where you get confused and the misinterpretation is that you place your attention, what is going to give me is the outcome and result. The outcome and results you never need to worry about as long as you stay connected with why you do what you do. So, will hard work pay off? Well, no. But actually doing the right work, that is the payoff. And remember, as I said to you at the beginning, there's no greater payoff than working on yourself. So don't forget this. For those who are working on that big list of the things they don't enjoy doing, you're kind of working on yourself. And those who are already doing what's true for you, remember, go back to yourself and why you do what you do. Don't get distracted with all those shiny diamonds that come up in the outcome and results. You can see them in the horizons and go, ooh, shiny diamond. You've already got the shiny diamond. You've already got the payoff. It's you have what it is that you love to do, what is true for you. Stay there, do that, and never, ever jeopardize that. And that's the message for today's podcast. I'll see you next time.